Hello everyone, I am King Mac, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger, along with some french fries and a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Thank you all for watching, and here is our feature presentation of TTBurger Remastered game reviews on YouTube.
If I stay, will you stay? If I go, will you go? If I pay, will you play? Do you know what I know? Do you love?
Welcome back, my friends. Hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're getting into the holiday season. The holiday is coming up very soon here, and hope you're ready for some more game reviews because we have one right now. And I'm your host Tony, bringing you more TTBurger game reviews here on YouTube. Actually, another episode of TTBurger Remastered game reviews here. And before I get started here, I want to give a shout out to Free HD and Sub-Zero, have an extra K-Mac along with Dead Hyperlamnia, Brickles Go Stateside, Black Healer, Megs along with the Homie RJ, Red Hood Assassin, the Sensational Gent, Ogajira, Rockstar Pool 69, and more. And this is episode 10 of my remastered game reviews, my SoulCalibur Remastered series review, episode 10, part 2 of 5 parts. And before we get started here, I have a little announcement to make. Recently, my Discord I got locked out of my Discord account for setting too many friend requests and everything, and it won't let me back in. So I had to make another Discord account. So, in case you're wondering what's going on, why I haven't been active on Discord, that's the reason why. But I made a third account now because my second one got locked out too. And just let you know that I'm back on the Discord as long as I don't get locked out again. And just let you know that's me, not a fake account or anything like that. But we gotta get started here. But before we can even get to the next part here, those of you what happened in the last part of my SoulCalibur Remastered series review, bring it over here. It's a TTBurger recap to show y'all what you missed. I took a look at the original Soul Edge, aka Soul Blade from PlayStation, gave it a 9.5 out of 10 because it was an excellent game for sure. But there were some problems with it, like the stiff controls and the opponent's AI being a little stiff, and the English voice acting not being very good. But it was a fantastic game overall, definitely only in your selection if you like fighting games with weapons and more. But now we're gonna zoom ahead to the year 2003, back when I was a freshman in high school and everything like that. And SoulCalibur was going next gen for the PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, and Xbox. Now I know there was SoulCalibur on the Dreamcast, but I don't own a Dreamcast or anything like that, so I cannot look at the original SoulCalibur. I know it was going to be one of the best fighting games of all time, but I'm unable to review it because of that. And I know it was released on the Xbox Live Arcade Marketplace, but it wasn't released on the PlayStation 3 Marketplace, so I cannot look at it at all, so I am sorry about that. But we're going to look at the sequel, actually the third game in the Soul franchise. This guy right here, this is SoulCalibur II for the PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, and Xbox. Look at the PlayStation 2 version, the only version I have, released first in the arcades on July 10th, 2002, and then released on August 27th, 2003 for the PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, and Xbox. Then released as an HD remaster for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 on November 19th, 2013. And I'm gonna say right now, those who probably don't know this, the PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, and Xbox versions have exclusive characters for each of them. The PlayStation 2 version has Heihachi Mishima from Tekken, Nintendo GameCube has Link, Legend of Zelda, and the Xbox version has Spawn from the comic book series. But I don't have the PlayStation 2 version, that's the only version I have, so let's get started here. Now, SoulCalibur II is a fun fighting game, definitely on the must-play list for fighting games as fans of Soul Blade and the original SoulCalibur and more. But I will admit that Soul Blade was a little better, and SoulCalibur II will be getting a slightly lower score, but this game is definitely worth playing and should not be overlooked, and it's worth owning for sure. When SoulCalibur II was first released for the consoles, we learned that there was going to be exclusive characters for each version. Like I mentioned, the PlayStation 2 version had Heihachi Mishima from Tekken. It was supposed to be Cloud Strife from Final Fight 7, but it was scrapped due to licensing issues. So the GameCube version had Link, Legend of Zelda, and the Xbox version had Spawn, the comic book character created by Todd McFarlane. And all the console versions had Necrid, another character created by Todd McFarlane. We will talk about that later. I remember first playing this game as the store demo in the retail stores like Best Buy, Circuit City, KB Toys, and Target and stuff. And when a game like this came out, I had to play it. I was one of those people who could not wait to get the game, and I was on the edge of my seat waiting for months for it to come out. and I got the game for my 15th birthday in October of 2003, and it was a blast for sure. But let's get started here. The story of SoulCalibur II takes place in the year 1590, 4 years after original SoulCalibur and 7 years after Soul Blade. The waves of slaughters in Europe have come to an end. Nightmare, who is Siegfried, are being possessed by the evil Soul Edge in Soul Blade. His followers and him were successful in collecting enough souls to start the restoration on the ruins of the Untitled Chapter. But then 3 warriors assaulted the castle, and Nightmare defeated them using Soul Edge. Then Nightmare fell after the intense battle. The evil aura of Soul Edge sent the young warriors into a vortex, and the aura of TTBurger revealed to be the holy sword of SoulCalibur, and both the sword and Nightmare were sucked into the vortex as well. Nightmare regained himself as Siegfried atoned for his sins, but the fragments of swords were still alive and causing chaos around the world, and Siegfried became Nightmare once again. Now warriors from around the world seek to destroy or possess the evil sword, while Nightmare possesses his new rampage seeking souls to restore Soul Edge once again. The story is good, deeper than the Soul Blade story, but without playing SoulCalibur you will feel like you are missing a part of the story. SoulCalibur II has a lot of returning characters such as Sophia Alexandra, Taki Sunmina, Kai Shangwa, Isabel Valentine, aka Ivy, Voldo, Nightmare, Hishio Mitsurugi, Maxi, Kilik, Yoshimitsu, and more, along with new characters such as Cassandra Alexandra, who was the younger sister of Sophia, Talim, who is his wind girl, he uses Tonfa, Raphael Sorel, who is his French nobleman, Hong Young-sung, who is similar to Huang in the previous games, Charade, who is this creature made by the evil sword that can mimic all the characters, kind of like SoulCalibur's Mofu Jin, and also Necrid, who is exclusive to the home files, who's made by Todd McFarlane, speaks in the fictional language, and then you have the console exclusive characters, Heihachi Mishima from Tekken, who's a fast fighter, who's his fist, who is exclusive to the PlayStation 2 version, and you have Link Legend Zelda in the GameCube version, and a lot of fans love this for the most part. I do not care for Link because I'm not a big fan of Zelda. In the Xbox version with Spawn, he's a cool character, but I like Heihachi the best, is what I'm saying. Also, you have character exclusives to the non-arcade mode, like Assassin, Berserker, and Lizard Men, which if you can't play in the arcade mode stuff, it's like the other one, the team battle stuff. But I'll talk more about that later. No matter which version you get, you're in for a treat for sure. The presentation of SoulCalibur II is excellent. Excellent graphics first time, especially when you compare the graphics to the original SoulCalibur. The graphics improved a lot. The character models are incredibly detailed with facial animations and detailed movements and stuff. The environments are also fantastic and hold up really well. Just one problem though is some of the characters share the same environment. I understand they have a lot of characters in the game, but still. Some characters like Taki, Mitsu, Yoshimitsu, and Heihachi all share the same stage, along with Cassandra and Sophia, along with Youngsung and Maxi, Shangwa, Talim, and Kilik, and Ivy and Raphael. It would have been better if they all had their own stages, but that's just me. The lighting is crisp and colorful, and the frame rate is very smooth and fast. The opening cutscenes look amazingly detailed, but that's what you expect. The endings still are kind of a disappointment like the previous SoulCalibur game. The endings are still images with text, which is disappointing compared to the endings of Soul Blade, which were like complete video using the in-game graphics engine and stuff and voice acting. And you'd think that since it's still the previous game, they would improve on this, but that is not the case. But that's just me though, is what I'm saying. The sound is great. Not as great as the graphics, but still great. The music, while enjoyable, it's not as good as the kind from Soul Edge, Soul Blade. Some of the music is great, like the theme from Cassandra's previous stage, but the audio tracks, like the music, seem a little on the generic side here. The voice acting is great. Well, the Japanese voice acting is great, and a lot of the actors from the previous games are here and they sound excellent. This was the first SoulCalibur game, not counting Soul Blade, where the featured a complete English voice acting. But the English voice acting sounds dry and lifeless. Some of the characters sound like stuck up rants or sound over the top or bored to be there. Just put the audio in Japanese and there you go. The weapon sound effects sound fantastic, work really well, so the sound is great, but could have been better. The gameplay for SoulCalibur II is fun and innovative with a lot of modes to be entertained for a while. You have a bunch of modes to play: arcade, burst, team battle, time attack, and more. You also have Weapon Master Mode, which is an alternate story universe, which is pretty much like the game's main story, where you navigate a map, and dungeons and more. And this is the mode of play to unlock the weapons, costumes, and characters. And you have to buy them and stuff with gold that you unlock throughout the game. It's basically this version's Ed Master Mode, and it can be a challenge like last time. You also have extra modes like extra arcade you can use to unlock weapons from Weapon Master Mode to use and stuff, along with the extra outfits to which you use in all the modes and stuff. And extra time attack, extra team battle too. You also have a gallery mode with photos of the characters and weapon and exhibitions and computer battles and stuff, and a lot of content there. Weapons have a variety of weak and strong, and also joke weapons like a child sword or rubber dumbbells and stuff like that, or rubber weights and so on. and stuff, and the special moves are awesome and badass, so look better than they did before. I had fun with SoulCalibur 2, it's just Soul Blade was a little better is all. And we're going to talk about this right now in the negatives. The opponent AI is a little weak, and the game can be a little too easy. Some of the characters revolve similar to one another, mainly like Cassandra, Sophia, and Young Sung and Assassin and stuff, and more. The English voice acting is not very good, the music is also generic, the characters just share the same stages. The characters like Berserker, Assassin, and Lizard Man can only be played in the non-arcade modes and stuff, which it could be a little disappointing for those who wanted to hear about their background story stuff, how their endings, but you know, that's just me though. It's still a fun game overall, aside from the local plays I have with though. Final thoughts, if you enjoyed Soul Blade and SoulCalibur, SoulCalibur 2 is definitely a must-buy for sure. I give it an 8.5 out of 10 because of the problems I had with it, and it definitely should not be overlooked at all. No matter which version you get, you're in for a treat for sure. But if you get the HD version, you do not get the Japanese audio, so you're stuck with the crappy English. And that's it for episode 10, part 2 of 5 of my SoulCalibur Remastered series review. Stay tuned for part 3, we're going to take a look at the SoulCalibur exclusive PlayStation 2 version, SoulCalibur 3. How does this game fare from the second game? It's the final next. All I gotta say is Tony, peace and out, have a great day. Stay tuned for my review of SoulCalibur 3. Take care, everybody.